Hello, my friends. I hope all of you have had the chance to enjoy the holidays in whatever way you see fit, whether it's enjoying Christmas with your family and friends, or just taking the time off to relax and recuperate for the coming year of 2025. I, for one, have had a very calm holiday, but in that calm, I had a lot of time to think about things, especially regarding the current state of the YouTube channel and where I want it to go in the future. Especially after having made Final Fantasy XIV lore videos for, I believe, 3 years now. So allow me to start this conversation by addressing the current state of the channel and what to expect regarding Final Fantasy lore in the future. Just so we're clear, I plan to continue making Final Fantasy XIV lore videos, despite my slower upload speed over the past few months, which I do apologize for. I take full responsibility for the slower upload speed. Life on my end, for lack of a better word, has gotten awkward. Because, believe it or not, it is weird to try to write scripts for lore videos when your desk has become nothing more than a shoe rack. That's a story for another day, I assure you. But with the holidays calming down and everything returning back to normal, my upload speed should become much more standard. About 1 to 2 videos a week, covering a variety of topics and things. But that brings the question, what kind of topics and things? Well, I for one feel like I've made quite a few people wait a little too long for the remaining player race and job videos for Final Fantasy XIV. So if you've been waiting patiently for those, don't worry, I plan on getting those out as efficiently as I can with the coming of the new year. And as for other aspects of Final Fantasy XIV lore, I want to go back to making bigger, flashier productions. I want to make the moving set pieces like I did with the little pilot comic I did with Riddles of Ether a while ago. I want to try to cover things that are not only interesting about the Final Fantasy XIV universe, but do so in a more bombastic way, rather than simply regurgitating some fun facts that you may or may not have known. And there's a reason for that. Because here, I would like to announce that I want to cover more than just Final Fantasy XIV lore starting the year 2025. I've been making lore videos for this MMO for years now, and while it's been a whole lot of fun, there are aspects of the MMO that have become, for lack of a better term, boring. Jobs aren't as fun as they used to be in my eyes. A lot of content within 14 feels a lot more formulaic than it has any right to be, and expansions like Endwalker gave me no material to really get excited for. The relic grind was simply throwing some tomestones at a vendor. There was no community events for me to gather around with others, like the Ishgardian Restoration. There was nothing for me to grind alongside with either Eureka or Bozia. I don't know. And while Dawntrail hasn't disappointed me, I can't say it has yet to wow me. It hasn't released any content that I can really get behind and get excited for just yet, so I'm waiting with bated breath to see if and when it does that, personally. Because if I'm being completely honest with you, my friends, it's difficult to get excited to write lore videos for a game that I've started to play with one hand just to challenge myself. It's gotten interesting. Like, I really have just been, like, resting my chin on my right hand while moving my character around and using all the abilities with the left. It's gotten silly, to be completely frank. But of course, that raises the question, what other kind of games would I cover in the future? Well, on this channel, while I have specialized in Final Fantasy XIV lore, I have never been afraid to try to tackle other games and topics. For example, I created an entire intro to lore for Final Fantasy XVI for all the people that were excited to play that game when it was originally announced for release. Not only that, I even made a fun video about some interesting bits about Elden Ring, which I thought was a fun video, and I don't know, I kind of just threw the fishing pole out that day, seeing if anything would catch, and unfortunately, neither of those videos did super well, but it's as they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I lost nothing by simply exploring different avenues for a little bit. That is to say, though, there are games that are scheduled to come out next year that I am quite excited for, namely being a new title called Soulframe. Now, Soulframe, for those who are not in the know, is one of the most recent IPs to come out of the studio Digital Extremes. This company is the one responsible for creating another game that people have very much enjoyed called Warframe, and I myself have also enjoyed Warframe over the years. And for those of you wondering how much I've enjoyed this game, well... I've been around for a while, kinda like Final Fantasy XIV. When I find a game that I really enjoy and a company that I really respect, I try to stick around for as long as possible because I'm very curious to see what they have to release in the future. And I feel like my patience has been rewarded with Soulframe. Now, of course, Digital Extremes has no idea I exist, and I don't have any way of knowing interesting bits of lore before the game releases properly, so it's going to be a while until I'm able to make some proper lore videos about this game, but I kind of want to when the game eventually comes out. If that's something that you look forward to seeing in the future, then don't be afraid to leave a like and take a look whenever the content comes out. Like I said, I don't want to step away from making Final Fantasy XIV lore, I just want to cover more than just Final Fantasy XIV lore in the future, and I feel games like Soulframe is a great place to start. Also, if you feel like there's a game or gaming community that could use my style of storytelling, then by all means, don't be afraid to let me know down in the comment section below. But that's not the only big change I want to try to pivot towards in 2025. For those of you unaware, I did my first ever live stream for the channel a couple weeks ago, which was a lot of fun. Getting to sit around with quite a few of you and just talk about a variety of things was very entertaining. Of course, I wasn't very entertaining, it was more of just me sitting around and talking with all of you the whole time. And if I do stream more often, which I plan to, I want to try to make things more engaging and fun. To that end, I've made sure to get a couple more pieces of hardware that would make streaming easier for me in the future. I probably won't suddenly become a full-time streamer, mostly because researching lore videos and writing scripts for those videos takes a lot of time. So I wouldn't have the luxury to sit behind a microphone and talk to everyone every single day, but I like to think maybe a stream once a week or once every 2 weeks would give me the opportunity to engage with all of you in ways that I really should have for a while now. So look forward to the idea of more Synodic streams coming this year as well. But when it comes to reaching out to you all more and engaging with communities more thoroughly, that brings me to my final announcement. I want to make 2025 the year where I go out of my way to engage with more people. And what I mean by that is conventions. For those of you that are unaware, when I went to the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival, that was my first ever gaming convention, my first big convention I've ever been to before, and I was blown away. Getting to meet everyone was a blast, and getting to just enjoy things that I've always just kind of seen through other content creators' videos was mind-boggling. I want to try to do that some more. I don't have a list of conventions to attend just yet, but as someone who currently lives on the eastern seaboard of the United States of America, I will try to attend more conventions along this side of the country, so if you plan on attending any of them, keep an eye out for a tall, robed, and masked fellow. So I hope you don't mind that I took some time today to kind of just catch you up on what's been going on with me, and what my plans are moving forward in 2025. While there will be less fluff content when it comes to my Final Fantasy XIV lore videos, expect bigger and more entertaining projects for it in the future. I plan on trying to cover other video games, like Soulframe when it eventually launches. Streams will be a new way for me to try to interact with you all and share my opinions on certain things that I just don't have the patience to write a script for, and I've been wanting to visit more conventions ever since the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival. So be sure to let me know your thoughts on these different avenues and directions for the channel in the comment section below. After all, I am doing all of this not just for me, but for all of you. Be sure to tell me your opinions down there so I can get a better feel for what you want to see in the days to come. With the closing of this year coming closer and closer, I just wanted to say thank you for making this year and the past few years of this channel an absolute dream. Writing scripts for and creating these videos has been a passion project, and it's a passion project I've gotten to share with all of my viewers and subscribers. So, here's to another year of lore and fiction, my friends, as we start 2025 with all sorts of different plans and content. Till then, as always, stay safe, my friends.